but a defensive snowball will save Nigma Galaxy from a fair bit of damage. It's not going to save Miracle, though. Miracle goes down. The first to fall there is Jibe takes first blood. He'll try and walk away from the rest of Nigma Galaxy. He won't escape. 2 dead on both sides here. The skirmish will continue. There may be more kills to be had out of this. Kuro getting low. Another hammer from Oteka closes in upon him. He'll take down Kuroki. They have another fall back up there over towards Kadara, but a second all from Supreme across the two of them, bringing mind control low. GH will run down Kadara. Kadara trying to kite him out, but GH has the movement speed to close in on him. Mind control gets taken down by Supreme. It's 3-4, and we're only zero seconds into the game.
We've seen more kills in some games in like 10 minutes. Who comes out ahead? All right, into the breach. 300 gold advantage. All right, all right. What a weird start to a game. I don't think I've seen a pure 5-on-5 like that for some time. That was nice and refreshing. Already a bottle on puck though. So quite a lead for Supreme, I think, if anything. Very happy with that one. But no, yeah, going back to the drafts, I think for Into the Breach, the main thing that they need to do with their lineup is they need to secure DK a good game. Because Puck and DK are both your initiators, and the rest of your damage comes in after that initiation. And if you aren't able to initiate cleanly, then you might struggle. So I'm really looking at Nigma being able to potentially shut down this DK early on.
And what do you make out of this top lane? Is Oteka going to have struggles farming up here, or is he going to have a decent time backed up by Kadara?
This could be a lane where CM and Dawnbreaker can feed on Nigma if they're out of position. But on the flip side, you could also just see Mind Control get level advantage, get a point in Flame Break, be able to kind of put some distance between himself and the Dawnbreaker. I think the early couple levels will really dictate which way that lane will go. But once again, you are seeing Kuroki laning with Mind Control, and yeah, already quite a lot of pressure happening both lanes.
Quick action there on the bottom. Very nice move. Miracle Shikuchiing in to get in range of the snowball so they can lead in and use that tag team to take down Jibe.
And I think it's just a nice shift. And remember when the salves got nerfed, everyone's like, oh, healers will get picked, we'll be sustaining, and it's like, no, instead the safe lanes are just getting way more aggressive now. I think in most of these games, at least in this series, it's always been the off lane that's been the victim to the aggression of the safe lane. We're seeing some really nice combinations come out and just applying pressure from 0 minutes and onwards.
And on both teams, we've got sort of very elusive cores, Miracle on the Weaver for Nigma Galaxy, and then obviously on the side of Into the Breach, Supreme on the Puck. Who's going to have the easiest times slipping around the team fights, do you think? Do you sort of see one of these getting caught more than the other?
I think it's going to be easier for Into the Breach for the Puck to just pop off and have one of these incredible games. There isn't a lot of clean lockdown. You're relying on like an avalanche toss from a support Tiny, a punch from a Tusk or a Lasso. Outside of that, it's a free Puck game, right? So I think Into the Breach are going to really be leaning on Puck just to be an absolute nuisance. And on the flip side, I think this Weaver, sure, she's elusive, but one DK stun into a hoodwink, like a sharpshooter, you're probably going to go down. You don't have the biggest HP pool.
On top lane, get the toss back onto Kadara. A lot of napalm stacks causing the Firefly to certainly hurt. It's enough to take him down. Oteka's going to try and get mind control in return, but the stick charges are there. Now with the sticky napalm stacks on Oteka, he has to back away underneath the tower. At the same time, down bottom, Nigma Galaxy, they'll find the opportunity to close in on Ari with the snowball, and again with that tag team buff up, the two of them just, they rip through either of these heroes in this early game.
Yeah, that's going to be the main thing for Nigma. They need to, like I mentioned, if they shut down the DK, if they prevent this Blink Initiator, then Puck can play with so much more confidence. I think the only time Puck cares is when he gets hit by a Dragon Tail into then any follow-up. Yeah, Ari, just a little bit out of position there. Gets hit by that tag team, isn't able to get behind the tree and juke away.
Of course, just huge value with that tag team being really taken advantage of thanks to the Gemini attack from Miracle.
And of course, all the spell spam from a DK and a Hoodwink. You already have a wand on GH and Miracle, just keeping themselves healthy.
So far in the mid lane, things...
Right, if you ever step out of position, you hit 6, you kill them off. But now, because you have this jump, Zeus can play with a bit more confidence. Even if you get hit by the call, you can, break it, then run away, disengage. So Puck really does need that extra rotation to help kill off the Zeus.
A little bit of a slower start this time round for Into the Breach's 2 cores on the side lanes.
I mean, they used all their resources to get the 5-on-5 at the bounty ring.
GH is going to get bushwhacked here after the Dragon Tail. He's got the 1 charges. Very far is going to be up in a second. Get out to the side. The shards trapping Jibe in. Not enough damage to bring him down, though. GH, lucky to walk away there. The Fairy Fire popped.
Dicing with death a little bit. Yeah, just the value of one so early on really helping keeping him alive. What's the build on? Yeah, Sumo going for 302. Go for the farming build. He's about to hit level 6 in a creep in a bit's time, so these side lanes need to be careful. That'll be the big disparity, because of course Zeus mid, you hit 6 so early on. If there's a lot of fight, you got Batrider in one lane, Weaver in another, you're going to look for these kills so early on. Yeah, it's got a salve coming out, so he'll soon be able to return to the lane.
What a great game from high speed.
Yeah, we'll get the pull going, get the lane into a good position for Miracle. Miracle rushing those stats, Wraith Bandage at the Dragon Lance.
I think the cool thing as well is when Mind Control goes with his Batrider. We see some of these offlane Batriders go for the Tranks, Drum, Boots of Bearing style into BKB. Also, if the game's really good, they of course just go for bots into BKB. Be interesting to see what type of read he has in the game. Does he want to have more global presence or just an overwhelming mid-game style of Batrider? We haven't mentioned it yet, but of course GH, one of his best here is the Tusk. This is going to be one of those amazing Tusk games when he gets the Blink Dagger. If he ever disconnects from the Dragon Tail stun, dodges sharpshooters, delays the coil damage, etc. Like, there's so many things he can do with this Tusk to make the game feel really hard for Into the Breach.
To be a little bit careful down bottom of Nigma Galaxy there. Got good stun between the two of them, Ari and Jibei. Dragon Tail into the bushwhack will cause issues. We'll see the 6-minute power rune. Ari and GH both going to look to head over to try and hold it for their respective mids. It's going to end up being down on the bottom. Ari's able to pick it up. Supreme heads over. Miracle try and join the fight as well. I don't think he's going to be able to draw their attention away from GH though. Supreme is able to get the kill. See if Miracle can get Ari in return with the bugs out upon him. A few more attacks. Oh, actually, Ari's still alive. He's around the tree line, but the Thunder God Giraffe, it's there. Sumail will get the kill, but the Dream Core's up. Miracle in a whole lot of trouble. He'll try and hide here with the Invis, and he can't escape them. Supreme not only taking down the support, but taking out Miracle as well. Will come in with the cleanup, surprising him there from running down the stairs, and is able to take Supreme down at the end of it all.
Where the hell did he come from? Ah, okay, I see. He placed the top ward on the top brew and then wrapped behind the tower, but crikey.
Trouble in on towards Zoteka, but he has got the Starbreaker. Bushwhack set up there from Ari. They're ready to turn on top. Zoteka takes down Mind Control. And they'll certainly look to chase over towards GH. TPs are coming in. The Celestial Hammer connects. And one final swipe from Oteka secures him the double kill.
Already love the aggression coming out from both teams. All the cores are looking to help each other out. You know, Jibei coming to the puck. You got Miracle going for the rune as well. So much early fighting happening.
I think the exact sort of explosive start we'd hope to see in this game 3 after we had that sort of epic of a game in game 2. 9-8 already, 7.5 minutes in.
What do we got from Dawnbreaker? Okay, just going for Echo Saber. Just going to see, is there going to be any quirkiness in itemization? But no, the Echo Saber potentially can disassemble that later on if the heat does get a little bit too hot from Nigma's aggression. Can hit that BKB a little bit earlier.
Oh, look at this movement here from Supreme and Kadaro. They want to get something out of the bottom lane. It's only Mind Control hanging around here at the moment, and he's keeping himself deep and hidden in the tree line. See Supreme trying.
Oh, they see him.
They're going to see the trees cut down. They know that someone's here. They know it'll be Mind Control. They'll find him. He's going to use the lasso to try and hold back Supreme's offensive capabilities for the moment. The backup's coming in. Not a chance for Mind Control as he'll die. Kadaro, he's still alive. Finally falls. But the setup's been there for Supreme to get the 2-man coil off. Jibei and Oteka ready to bring the damage. GH buy some time over the snowball over towards the creep. But they can follow this up with the Dragon Tail stun into the breach. They'll get both kills.
Yeah, beautiful stuff from them. They used that smoke, they cut behind the tower. They've realized, wait guys, it's not broken. He's got to be a little bit deeper. They didn't even use scan to find it. It was just intuition, follow the tree line and then find Mind Control.
I mean, Kuro's still around here. See Supreme trying to scout him out. Looks like the vision of the orb didn't quite catch him.
Oh, there he is. Hello, Kuroki.
Hey, backup TPs are coming in now. So now Nigma Galaxy, they can look to fight back. They're getting straight away on top of Jibei. Thunder God Giraffe from Sumail secures the kill. He's wrapping over as well. Looks towards Supreme, but the orb's up. Supreme, he can get himself away from the Zeus and back over towards that mid lane.
Yeah, meanwhile, of course, Sumo just happily farming up, right? He's got a couple kills from some cheeky ults. He's got 4 points in his arc gliding, rushing that Kaya. he needs to play behind the rest of his team pretty much this entire game. If he's the one getting initiated on, a lot of damage will be removed from Nigma's lineup. So you need to be mindful of that. And so far, Into the Breach, they've done a really good job at just finding these initiations. I think Supreme just, on his puck, one of his better heroes, 5-1-3. He's having a really good series, especially that game 2. Witchblade soon complete.
He's in the jungle. Kadara's going to meet a swift death there to the combo of Kuroki, but Supreme is going to see if we can do much about this. It's kind of hard, though, because Nigma Galaxy have got the numbers here. The 4 of them stepping into the Breach's jungle and starting to take over this area.
It's the farm that Miracle's sacrificing to help join his team, right? Do you want to hit a side lane? No, I want to be with my team. I want to poke the jungle. I can farm a couple camps, protect some of the wards. And Supreme, he doesn't really have the mana pool right now, and even the rune control to be able to continue fighting with his team. He's going to have to do a bit of a harder reset.
I mean, they're putting so much effort into just trying to walk towards Supreme and really keeping him on edge. He's having to play careful close to the tower, jumps back over. Do the Dream Coil back up.
Well, Dream Coil, one of the better spells against Nigma. They like to group up early, they like to take the fight, so you're often going to see these big 2-3 man plus coils. This goes against Nigma's playstyle. Often against this team, defense is one of the better options. And yeah, Into Breach, they have that in bucket loads. Hoodwink, quite a nice turnaround style hero. Dawnbreaker puck. They have the correct heroes to be able to deal with this start. How far away is DK from Blink Dagger? Okay, he actually completed Treads, that's fair enough. And now 800 gold. That'll be kind of the big turning point, I think, where Into the Breach will start smoking up, crossing the river and making some more plays. Until then, it'll be very reactionary. Play close to your towers.
Bottom lane. And looking to start a bit of a fight here, Nigma Galaxy, but the TP's coming from Ari. Dragon Tail at the ready here off the back of the Dragon Form as they'll commit in on Takuro. Sharpshooter will miss, but it won't matter. It's on Takuro.
Super got TP down as well. He has the haste. Not a lot of mana though.
It's not going to have enough burst to kill Kadara either. If she charges at the ready, Kadara can heal up and underneath the tower, so now won't be able to get any kills out of this move.
A lot of resources used from Into the Breach just to kill off the position 5 Tiny. Miracle happily lapping up this space, taking away that tier 1 tower top. And you see from his quick buy, going for that mouse jump to secure some of his farm. Soon after, it'll be that BKB. Nigma, they can do Roshan pretty effectively in this game with Tusk plus the bugs of Weaver, a couple right clicks. Into the Breach need to be mindful if they try and be aggressive, that Roshan will always be taken. That was a word. That was a good word. Takeable. Oh my god. Get me out.
Is that not a word?
Takeable?
Takeable.
Takeable sounds like I just made that up.
It sounds like a word.
Is it? Capable of being
taken. Takeable.
It actually just it didn't sound like a word in my head.
Believable?
Oh man, I'm tired. I'm sorry. Forgive me, everyone. Don't let me, please. Oh, say something. I feel awkward.
That's alright.
Thank you.
It's not your first language.
I know, it is. It is.
I take her. And both cores continue to happily trade farm up top, knowing that neither's going to really threaten one another until a +1 gets added to the situation. And now it's going to happen soon. Supreme's making his way up here. They want to try and look for Miracle. They've got the coil.
But no detection.
It's a little bit rough for them to get the kill. Silence. Not rough at all, actually. As soon as the Shikuchi comes to an end, silence into the damage of the Dawnbreaker makes the job very easy. Big kill there. They finally pushed Miracle out of that top spot. He's been getting a lot of space up there.
An aggressive tip. The first one we've seen in the series.
Ooh.
Puck tipping Miracle there. Of course, it does help that Dream Coil lasts 6 seconds. Of course, Shikuchi doesn't. So didn't actually need the detection, just time.
And now in the mid, instant stop to the ult there from Sumail. Drops down the lightning bolt onto Kadara. Thinks the Kuro's going to be able to walk out of this one. They'll try with the shard grab. Shards won't connect, but the snowball, it will underneath the tower. They go GH for the punch up. So the Guardian's coming in. And maybe see if they can get something out of this. Jump forward aggressively. Supreme is in with the burst of the Waning Rift. Will take out GH in return.
And we're just getting some glimpses into the future. The confidence Supreme's playing with right now, that's without the blink, without the Octarine, without all the additional items that this puck will eventually get, and already very elusive, already so hard to kill.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a great game too. on the Invoker with how well he was able to control Sumail. This time around playing the puck. And he, you know, with this sort of start, he's going to have the potential of controlling the whole team with some good dream calls and some good moves. In the mid, a sharpshooter, bang on target this time round. Ari snipes down Kuro.
And this is where the pace of the game is going to increase. Kadara refilling Supreme's bottle. DK just picked up the Blink Dagger. So many cheap spells available and Into the Breach. I think they're just going to look to go collapse on this mid, take this tower. This is your moment to punish Nigma. There isn't a BKB on Batrider. Oh, God. Oh, no.
That's a lot of words.
That's a lot of words.
I don't know what a superlative is. Isn't that one of the things that helps you go to the toilet?
Yeah, I think Sunsfan talks about them quite a lot, yeah.
Well, Thunder goes around to scout things out. Nothing going to happen with that one. Let's see if they go for some sort of smoke move around Jibei's Blink. Look, that sort of setup. Kadaro in a bit of a scary position here.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, good luck to him and goodbye.
His career's gone down in flames.
Actually have the punch up there. Not only Kadaro loses his life, but losing his career as well. GH able to take that down with a good Morris punch.
Right.
And back to this top lane. The Miracle's going to continue to return to this area. They've got this vision down, so they know that he plays up here. Dust is going to be off the mark. Still a hard hero to catch, really. Their best sort of shot of getting that lead and being off the back of Jibei's Blink Dragon Tail, or of course Supreme being able to lay down the Dream Core.
Honestly, I expected Into the Breach to be a little bit more aggressive with that Blink Dagger from DK, but I think they were respecting the need for Dawnbreaker ult so early on in the fight. Now it's back up. Solar Guardian is available. Shard is also online for this Dawnbreaker. I feel like this is a big window for Into the Breach to be aggressive. They have bucket loads of damage, especially with this CM and Hoodwink support duo. The amount of damage they can just throw in behind these tanky heroes. Still not really connecting yet on any of these big kills. They've been able to eke out quite a lot of farm.
Oh, and in the mid, there's the quick jump. A very dead-looking Sumail there. As Into the Breach, they pounce immediately. And now with the swings over towards Kuro, they'll pick up a second.
Nice, and that's what they needed to do. They needed to connect on a big pickoff. And finally, they can start looking at this mid tower. Look at the amount of vision that they've used in mid. They've got the top river ward, they've got the high ground ward below. Like, they are all inning on this moment. Take this mid tower, take over the map, and utilize these blinks. Like, if you're Supreme right now, Arcane, Witchblade, Blink, you are hungry to get in the face of Nigma.
He's crushing it once again so far here in this third game. He's already ready to make moves down bottom to see if he can chase out Mind Control. Control should be fine. Dream Coil still on cooldown from Supreme. Won't be more than just forcing him away. We'll see up top. An attempt to dive in onto Ari, but Ari able to jump himself backwards there under the tower, meaning that GH didn't quite have the catch that he needed.
Some quick fingers, honestly, from Ari. Using that sharpshooter, the additional kind of knockback from it to disconnect from the snowball stun. Nice heads-up utilization of that spell. Now Dawnbreaker, for all this time, has been able to catch up on net worth. Shard, Echo Saber, going for the Deso, not going for the earlier BKB. I think he just understands that right now he's got so much in forms of initiation with DK Puck. Him entering the fight, the BKB from the Starbreaker, like, he's going to be so happy.
Nice, super farmed there. Great game so far. 14 to 16, 70 minutes in, only 1k gold difference right now.
And again, the game will get harder though for this character. When you think about the matchups against Weaver, let's say with a Skadi, a BKB, even like the Dragon Lance, you get innately tankier. You can always disengage from that Starbreaker.
But if Supreme's good with the Dream Coils,
sure,
they're going to be able to hold him in position for those physical swipes to really just punch him down. Jibei ready to lead the charge off the back of the smoke. Same to be said for Nigma Galaxy. Both teams looking for a fight. Supreme, he's going to be in the jump first, and it's in a fantastic one. Solar Guardian to follow it up, immediately taking Sumail and Kuro out of the fight. A try with the Lasso to get a kill onto Kitara. He's able to get the ult up for a little bit of time and finally fall. Some damage already to be done as GH is low. Tumbler's toy his way up to the cliff, but the bushwhack is there. As he will live, but they've still got the vision on him. So they'll be able to slowly beep him down here, Ari.
What a thing.
There we go. They'll get the job done. And around the back of it all, they were able to continue to chase out Mind Control. Supreme and Jibei, they'll get the kill on him as well. 4-1 there on the trade. As once more, Supreme, you've got to watch out for this man here. This game, the Dream Coils every single time. And, for someone like Sumail on a Zeus, they get that Dream Coil into the Solar Guardian. Sumail's dead every time to that play at this point of the game.
They're just perfectly finding him every time. And when you look at Zeus and how he's itemized, he's gone for the higher Sange to be a little bit tankier. But every time he's caught by any stun, sure, you have status resistance, but you're going to die. Alright, they're probably going to find a nice little pick here. Eventually. There we go.
Your life's in tatters.
Yeah, just the speed in which Puck just instantly finds the Zeus and everyone just collapses on, and at this point it's just mode retreat from Nigma. You can't take this fight, you have to disengage. And Miracle, look, he's like, I can't really join. Look how tanky these heroes are. Weaver, sure, very good at kiting up some of these bigger spells, but until you have a couple items or even an item advantage, you're not going to be able to chunk down for the innate tankiness of a DK and a Dawnbreaker.
Now, meanwhile, this Dawnbreaker, they're going to cut through you so quickly. The full deso done on Otaka. So when he comes in with that backup, jumps over with the Solar Guardian, whoever's caught in that coil is probably going to die pretty quickly.
GH Mind Control setting up bottom. They're looking to try and get something.
Lasso in 5 seconds. Look at that damage! Oh goodness! They've got the Warriors punch in time, and the lasso will be there. There isn't any backup, but they still have to be careful. Otaker's pretty tanky. Not tanky enough, though. They are able to kill him. But my goodness, do they have to be careful about how they go about doing it. We saw how much that Starbreaker hurts with the physical DPS of a Desolator.
Fair play, though. Look, so close to clutching it out, but yeah. The ability from Nigma to kite out there, to toss the Batrider, using the spells really nicely. Alright, finally, they got the kill. That was a key kill. This Dawn was having too good of a game, right? It was 6-0-10, always joining the fights after they've been set up correctly.
Now look at this from Supreme. Knows the Mind Control's BKB's on cooldown. And he's got backup coming. Mind Control. He's in a bit of trouble here. I mean, backup's coming in. He doesn't even need a Supreme. Pretty much put him out down his own. It does get caught in the combo. Kuro, with the jump back in, will manage to punish him.
That's a big kill.
Ari shoot himself away with a sharpshooter, trying to get away from Miracle. Frostbite stuff from Kadara to hold him back, but Sumail jumps in. And final lightning bolt will put an end to Ari's life.
Thing is, the Into the Breach have had such a good window in this game that these kills, they're worth quite a lot, like 400 apiece.
And they're going in for more Enigma Galaxy, and they'll get it. Kadara lying between the tier 1 and the tier 2 as Enigma Galaxy, when they start to get the momentum in these fights and these pickoffs, they have got a fantastic way to just continue running down heroes, chasing gap closing with the mobility they have.
This could potentially have been a Roshan after, but I think going from mid into Roshan is a little bit too obvious. And then with the Dawn, the DK, maybe they could have delayed it, but I wouldn't be surprised if Nigma knew off to try and do this.
Yeah, they've got the bugs, you know, level 4, they're gonna have that minus armor.
The fact that there's no... Okay, so the Guardian is up. It's risky, but they have vision control, right? There isn't an Into the Breach ward around here. I feel like if you're Into the Breach, you should be aware this to happen. You just look at the tower.
In 5 seconds.
They have all their spells.
I mean, it's not super quick enough that you can see it. Nigma Galaxy, they're not happy with the speed that they're taking it down. They know they've got to look for a bigger fight than that before they go for a Roche attempt. So smoke up from both sides. So in the middle, Ari going to be able to be the one at the front of it all. Immediate BKB from Mind Control. He goes in onto Kadaro. Big damage over towards Miracle. Miracle has to use the time lapse to get himself back up to full HP after that ult from the Crystal Maiden. So
the BKB discipline from Miracle there. He's caught by the root inside the CMO. Easily could have had some follow-up damage, but with the Zeus ult on top, quickly understands the positioning, doesn't need to use it. Yeah, I think if you're Nigma, could have potentially been 3 big picks into Roshan 30 seconds earlier. Probably would have got it, but because they went for the tier 1, they delayed it a little bit. It gave a bit more breathing room for Into the Breach to then contest it. And of course, throughout the entire game, you always have to respect Solar Guardian. Even if it was just DK alive and the Dawnbreaker, they probably could have 2v5'd if they really wanted to at that pit. Into the Breach now smoked up.
I mean, again, making these moves when they know that Mind Control's BKBs to be on cooldown. Miracle, scout things out. Supreme, he's already been able to get the grab on Mind Control. Finds him straight away. And now I see that it's time for Nigma Galaxy to try and fight back into this. They're going to look towards Ari. Ari shoots himself to the side of the sharpshooter, trying to run. But the lightning out, Zeus will catch him. Supreme in on top of Sumail. Sumail able to get out of the Solar Guardian. Actually ends up leaping back into the range of Otaka. Otaka takes him out. Miracle trying to run. He's already used the time lapse. He's got no way to live. As into the breach, they'll take out 3. They'll potentially get more here. Supreme, he's ready to keep on chasing. Jumps in towards Kuro. Into the breach, they'll take out the 4 of them.
They're just perfectly punishing these BKB
And now
timings.
they can look for Roshan themselves. They've got a Desto on the Dawnbreaker.
This is going to fall ever so quickly. Yeah, just Nigma unable to kind of get the game set up in their own right. They need to play around their own timings, and yeah, perfectly. Supreme leading from the front, punishing mind control. GH was so close to maybe getting a snowball save, but at this point, look at this Miracle with a big missing, then finally kills the Hoodwink, and at this point, or Sumo, even if he jumped to the north, he probably still would have gone down. This Zeus, he can't fight in these open terrains. He needs to ideally play around high ground, low ground, next to towers, but yeah, into the breach, not allowing Nigma to set up in a perfect position to allow the Zeus to free cast. He's been picked off nearly, what was it, 3-4 fights in a row now? Supreme really has Sumo's number right now in the game.
Oh, taking the Aegis, and BKB soon to be online. Continuing to hit those timings, and indeed we saw the smiles on Supreme. He's having a great game. They do. Sakura getting the jump on him. Burst as well. Not quite enough to kill him. Supreme is...
They got him.
Get him. That's a big kill. Not able to jump out to the orb in time. See if they can get more of those. Into the breach are turning up. They're looking for the trades. Samel will be able to pick up a second. This time around, Samel able to play from the positioning that he's been looking for and get the damage out. As Nigma Galaxy, they'll strike back with 3 kills. And the big one there, finally ending, sort of what's been quite a streak there for Supreme.
Don't have ult that entire time. I only saw after the puck died, I saw the ult was available, but potentially the Batrider was on the Dawnbreaker and bot lane applying pressure to prevent that ult, but still. A rare moment where puck's able to get picked off, and that was not the cleanest of ways to kill him, right? You're relying on the Tiny, the Tusk, and then a bolt. It was very close. Maybe if Solar Guardian was available, could have saved the puck and turned that around. Nice to see Nigma be able to at least punch back.
Got the setup in the mid. GH. Maybe the one to catch the sharpshooter shot. He is. A big hit comes in. Kadara cleans up with a quick ultimate himself.
Yeah, unfortunately, he thought he needed to help out, but in doing so, teammate already survived, so... Sometimes it happens on the old Tusk. You go in, but your boy's already out. And Sumo still waiting to pick up a big item here. Probably, yeah, he's going for the Axe, right? Once he picks up the Axe, I think he's going to play even further back in the team fights. He needs someone else to tank up these big spells. Even the game feels into the breach favored because of their current timing of initiation and damage. They aren't really keeping up perfectly on the farm in regards to, let's say, the DK. But they're going again.
Supreme. He's got the phase shift. Big hit again from Ari. Straight over towards Kuro. Oteka comes in with the Solar Guardian. They'll use the BKB lasso to try and lock him down, but it won't get them the kill. Only Kadaro falls. Supreme, he's still fine. Jumps out of the side. See a big chase here with the snowball, but Supreme's got a haster and he's easily able to outrun GH. Oteka turns. Big hits here with the Desto. As he takes out a second, gets these charges built up.
That was an aggressive snowball. I'll give it to GH, yes. But yeah, again, for Interbreak, they just play with this ruthless aggression where they see a hero, they throw everything in. So Nigma, they're kind of already a man down, or they're trying to recover a fight where heroes just don't have the resources. And I think that's the big disparity in these two lineups right now. Nigma, they need a kind of more drawn-out fight, use the chip damage of Zeus, the elusive of Weaver, but Interbreak, they're not giving them the opportunity. Oh, that was pretty close, pretty close. Sweeping across the map, not allowing them to get this bonus farm. Again, the fact that these games into the breach getting so many aggressive plays, but Nigma keeping themselves in the game. Not a single cause really falling behind too much. Both teams playing incredibly well.
Yeah, ridiculously close here. 27 to 29. Less than 1,000 gold difference between the teams right now, 27 minutes in. We had a fantastic, fantastically close game 2, and game 3 looks to follow that pattern. See back and forth here, crossing the line.
That's the best graph. That's the exact graph you want to see in every competitive game. None of these one-sided ones.
And finds Supreme in the river.
Oh.
Same time though, the rest of Into the Breach will find someone out. Both mids taken down. See which team's going to be stronger as the fight persists here with either side's mid gone. And Shibei, the Dragon Tail over towards GH. He'll buy some safety here with the snowball. Taker still sticking around. He's having a fight. He's got the Aegis, of course, over to the side. Kadaro letting it go here with the ultimate. Miracle tries to push him forward to take him out, but he's taking a lot of damage for his efforts. Finally, Kadaro Gyro falls to the Miracle going in with the Shukuchi. Has to commit in with the BKB to take out the Crystal Maiden. And that means that the rest of his team's probably not going to get much help from him at all. Taker chases out Kuro. Once again, into the breach, pushing their lead a little further ahead, getting the favorable trade in these fights.
Just a battle of which mid can die first. Can Nigma all in on killing the puck? Does Luz get picked off? Oh, what a bash!
There's the bash. Oh, there's the sharp shot.
Damn, look at that. Oh, again, another aggressive tip into the breach, slowly getting more confident as each game progresses. Supreme tip Miracle, now Kadara tipping Miracle. Yeah, they're feeling it, they're confident. Lucky bash though.
You know, coming into this series, especially the way that they've been able to pick themselves up after the game one, right?
Yeah.
Game one, a complete stomp by Nigma Galaxy. It was messy. Into the breach, you know, game two, holding their own, 60 minutes in, getting that post 60-minute victory, and now coming into this decisive game three to battle for the top spot in Division 2, and looking fantastic so far. 33-29, they hold the lead right now. Otaka, he's popping off on the carry dawn.
I think the key thing here is it's showing that Into the Breach, they're a team that they have played enough together and built the chemistry that even when they lose, they're able to recover, right? That's the main thing. Like, a lot of these teams, sure, they can go undefeated in Division 2. They can do really well. But if they don't have that resilience and just the bond as a team, they're not going to be able to make it in the harder games. So really a testament to Into the Breach for sure.
Now DD Rune is as well, ready for the next fight. For Supreme.
Kasuma, he's got the Essence Ring. He wants to get a BKB. Like, the one fight he survives, it could be the turning point for Nigma. But for now, until that point, they need to play either under vision or super defensively. Miracle got a Lincoln's, but there's a Fey Grenade on DK, so your item is literally deleted from the game. I do apologize that neutral items exist.
See what kind of jump Kuroki and Mind Control can find. Into the breach, seeming to be set up, quite prepared for this move. They are grouped up together. They know that Nigma Galaxy is to be looking for this play with them off the map.
Nigma just de-warding all the wards on their side of the map. They found 2 for 2.
Jibei trying to bait out some sort of reaction. He'll get it. Sam with the Dragon Tail's done. Pushback to follow up into the Solar Guardian. GH not standing a chance.
I think that's a big win though if you're Nigma. Look, the instant smoke, you have buyback on task, they just use Solar Guardian and DK BKB. If they're able to find some entry into a fight, they do have the BKB advantage.
Certainly does look like Nigma Galaxy are indeed still looking for a fight out of this.
Dawnbreaker, of course, level 25, 2 Starbreakers now. They're still incredibly strong, even if you don't have the Solar Guardian.
And they are going to start backing off a little bit. Supreme TP's over towards the mid. They know that Nigma Galaxy will indeed look for a fight, despite not having GH right now.
They're kind of hunting. They still have outpost control, so that's why they're posturing in this area. But I love the positioning from Jibei. He's underneath his own ward, playing next to the tree line, Blink available. He's a 4-5-man smoke break. Yeah, heads up stuff from Into the Breach. Respecting the fact that Nigma naturally pressures in these scenarios. And of course, Solar Guardian up in 25 seconds. Taker then goes back to the top lane, ready to TP back in if needed.
Close to some big items as well into the breach, Jibei. Only having the Aghanims. We'll see Octarine soon out for the Supreme. Over on the side of Nigma Galaxy. Let's see what's coming up next. The BKB, Sumail's trying for still quite a while away. And meanwhile, Miracle just trying to get that DPS up as much as he can. Looking to level up that crystal that's next to the Daedalus.
Just trying to get some raw damage. Again, I think it's less about the items right now, but how they take the fights. Nigma, they need to try and take a fight where it's a bit more drawn out. They get to play around and utilize their heroes.
Getting the jump on Miracle. He's going to be saved by the snowball. Taker's in with the Solar Guardian. GH dying at the start of the fight. Miracle has to get out with the BKB. There'll be a buyout from GH to get back in on this. So Taker's been dragged up to the high ground, but he's ready to swing himself back down with the hammer and break himself off the cliff. As that's going to be the 2 supports from Nigma Galaxy. Picking up Supreme. He's caught the 2 cores. Jibei ready to look for the follow. The pushback won't quite catch on the Miracle as the time-lapse is there to dodge it. Kuro jumps over with the combo onto Supreme. Ari gets left behind. Supreme's able to jump away. Nigma Galaxy able to hit back hard there. Taking Jibei out for 75.
It looked like a massive core, locking down the 2-bit cores, but there just wasn't the follow-up. Into the Bridge had already used all their resources in the earlier fight, and that's the fight Nigma needed. A little bit more drawn out, utilize the buybacks, play in an area where you have tier 2s and outpost control so they can instantly TP back in. Ridge, they're incredibly tanky. If you try and throw all your damage out in one instance, they often will come out ahead, but as soon as you add mini fights after that, that's when Nigma can really excel.
There we go with this move now.
And this is the Aegis that Nigma really needs. You put that on your Weaver, he can play with so much more confidence.
I mean, he could look to try for a steal here.
I feel like
it's hard.
I feel like you can, though. Give it a jolly good go.
Let's see what they can do. I'm going to see it's pretty low. The Supreme want to try for this. He's able to grab it. He's able to grab it. He'll go down. See if they can have any sort of instant catch here to stop him from being able to get out of this one. They do punch-ups there. They will take him down. So Supreme will lose his life soon after grabbing the Aegis. The Shard still went the way of Miracle.
They might get more. Tadara as well.
And now, whilst he may have denied the ability for Nigma Galaxy to get that Aegis, he is now in a spot where he is out of the game for 70 seconds, no buyback. So it may still be room for Nigma Galaxy to push in here.
A very good snipe. He didn't get the kill, so the economy going the way of Nigma. They take away the Aegis. The key thing is, can Nigma find any pickoffs whilst Puck is dead for 55, no buyback? He completed the Octarine, so it's an economic reason why he can't afford buyback, not because of cooldown. And already, as we come back from the highlight, Nigma just looking for the fight. They're trying to find a window.
They're going to find Ari. Take her. Miles away from being caught. On the shot, but they're still going to try and chase him down. They've got the lasso. They're dragging back. Jibe's trying to stand ground with him to help him out, but the physical damage is done. Taker's out.
Are they going to dive tier 3?
I think they might be tempted. Jibe, the last one left alive. Kura's in with the jump. He's got the toss back over towards Miracle. It's a triple kill for Miracle on the Weaver as everybody dead on Into the Breach.
The tier 1's still alive in that lane, but they're diving the tier 3s. Just punishing.
I mean, it just goes to show, you know, sometimes the flashy move snatching the Aegis, it can backfire. And
a little bit, yeah.
That sort of situation where Supreme was out of the game, Nigma Galaxy, they made the most out of that.
Kadar, you cheeky devil, going for a solo kill.
I think he's... Nimbus. It's there, but Supreme will still make sure they get the job done. He's back in action and straight back to getting the kills.
What a killjoy, honestly. That was going to be a sweet old play from the CM.
Let's see if Supreme can get more from this. Trying to start throwing around with him, but Miracle's there at the side. Going to catch him as Supreme straight out of the game as pretty much as soon as he was back into it. The tip's starting to get thrown out his way now.
I mean, he's been tipping them the entire series, so why not?
And Kadaro. They found him as well. GH in with a punch. He's starting to crumble a little bit for Into the Breach. After they've been able to hold themselves quite nicely against Nigma Galaxy for the first 30 minutes of this game, but now down 5k, starting to lose their tier 2s. Nigma Galaxy in a position where they could pressure the high ground. There's 4 heroes dead, and Supreme, he's out for a solid minute.
Still don't have buyback because of the Octarine. From a clutch, sniping to then key pickups from Nigma, just having the smokes available to keep the map getting broken down. Yeah, Nigma just taking one pick off into an Aegis into more hits. You give them an edge, they're going to take a mile. Inch. Yeah, good phrase.
So for the tier 3, they will respect the fact that everybody else is going to be up on Into the Breach. Nigma Galaxy, they'll be very comfortable with the fact that they'll feel that they've just managed to push themselves to a decent advantage against Into the Breach those last few events.
And now Into the Breach, they need to kind of recover the game. They need to get back out on the map. They need to recover the vision. Look at the mini-map. 3 aggressive wards from Nigma. They've still got 1 in their own jungle. Like, the entire map is pretty much their territory now. And they did such a good job at Into the Breach from just getting the game at a stable state where every time they found a coil, they'd get kills. But again, you throw that away that one time, it just gets so incredibly difficult.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Here's the push from Nigma Galaxy. Ready for the final tier 2 tower. Timeless Relic ready to come out here for Samel. He'll be very happy with that find. Level 25 as well.
And look how the game changed. Because he's not getting jumped anymore, because his team's been able to frontline a bit better. He didn't go for the BKB. He's just going for the raw damage.
He's got that Octarine complete and very close to having the money for a full refresher.
Yeah, luckily for the supports of Into the Breach, they do both have Glimmer Capes at least, so some innate magic resistance. Won't be getting soloed from the spells at least, but just the vision, the raw damage, DK, Stormbreaker. Without BKBs, the percentage damage is Zeus really going to eat through them and open up the fight for both Weaver and Batrider to have the vision to execute. Oh, that's a dead illusion. A very dead illusion.
See if Nigma Galaxy want to do something with a few of those ults expended for that. And the Dragon Form being the biggest one, it's going to be put down.
It's difficult though for Nigma.
We think the high ground push is not easy for this lineup.
Yeah, their lineup's all about swarming throughout the map, getting these pickoffs, fighting, and as soon as you're high ground, especially into a DK with a Fey Grenade, coupling can stun, to the puck, the core, the sharpshooter of Hoodwink, there's so many ways into the breach can reliably set up the perfect fight from their high ground.
Look at this, Nigma Galaxy ready to charge into the jungle of Into the Breach. Jibay's got to be prepared, his BKB's on cooldown, 60 seconds.
They didn't find him. They go up, he goes down.
Oh, he's heading back up though. They'll spot him out now. We'll see over to the side. The jungle, the puck again. He's able to grab the puck. See him able to get out here. Well, no, maybe not. No, GG's in with the punch there. Able to keep him locked down under the Nimbus. Supreme and Jibay out of the game. No buyback yet again, as both short on the money.
And this is why you don't start tipping in Dota. Unless you're going to win the game, the tips are always going to come back to you.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Nigma's ruthless. You show on the map now, you're just going to die. What's Jamel with a random hook jet? I don't really know the reason for that one.
He just died, didn't he?
I mean, sure. Fair play.
Dire's top
Oh, Miracle too. Ooh.
I mean, that one.
Oh, no, because obviously Ari also did the tipping.
was
as well.
Ari?
Yeah, I forgot.
Oh, there you go.
Supreme and Ari, they were the ones who were getting a bit like, oh, boys, we're doing it. We might beat Nigma. Fair play. Now, this has been a really fun series, no matter what.
Yeah, they're losing the base now. Into the breach. Not able to get back in to defend this. They'll lose the mid set of racks. He's bringing out the big gun, Zero Taker. He has the rapier.
All right, he's not going to show it yet. He's hiding in his house.
They've got to let the racks go.
Gonna wait for
Look for that big fight when he's got the full team back alive.
He might just lose Mega Creep.
These two are trying to head out, but this is risky. If you're trying to do this when you don't have the full squad up, it might not be the way that you want to reveal the rapier. I think they're going to want to wait. It does indeed mean they'll, as we see, at least lose the 2 set of racks, maybe even the 3rd set.
Ideally, you need your puck alive to have the best impact on this.
That's the buyback. Taker's got to wait. He doesn't want to reveal. Burrow's jumping in. I mean, Taker might go in, but he's going to go in straight away. But he's jumped GH, and GH has an E on this. GH is going to be fine. Taker will swing over towards the side. Starbreaker's there again, but the Noble is protecting them from that initial physical burst. They'll back off now. Nigma Galaxy, they'll know that that rapier's in play. So you can get the catch up with the Frostbite. Over towards Kuroki. The Mega Creeps are out. Samel on the backline's able to leap away to safety. Supreme's trying to continue to stay on top of him. But Samel's juking him out of the trees. Thundergod's Rash there. It's 3 dead. It's only Taker and Supreme left alive here. The rest of into the breach with no buybacks available. Supreme, he's just trying to tease them away from the base. Buys some time. Guardian's coming in. And will slam down. Here's the Starbreaker. Is it going to be enough to get kills? It is. He'll take out the 2 of them, but the buybacks are there. And it's Taker against the world right now. He'll try and take out the creeps before the boost and travel TP is done. But the fortification's there. They'll get themselves over everybody out of the game for good here on Into the Breach. Nigma Galaxy, they'll get the victory. GG is called. As ladies and gentlemen, Nigma Galaxy will indeed end up at the top of Division 2. Into the Breach, they gave it their best shot.